Isn't it crazy that
So
Wow,
this
holy
is the
shit.
405, yeah. But this
Wow.
area
Armageddon?
burns a lot, so this is why I'm not shocked by these fires because this happens, like, every couple of years. California just burns, so I'm not really fazed by it anymore, but for people that aren't in California, again, this is kinda common.
It
Maybe not
almost
to
looks
this
like
scale, but
The annoying thing living in California is sometimes when it rains like crazy.
mm,
Mhm.
And all the rain, it'll come for like a month and a half of just pouring rain. And then that rain will grow all these crops in the ground. And then it's like now it's gonna just die and become brush in a fire. So
That's from space.
This is from
Whoa.
the
that's from
airplane.
space?
Oh, shit, okay.
Oh,
No, this is leaving LAX, so all that area right there,
oh my
that's like
god.
that's like Malibu, so this is all multi-million dollar homes, so all the celebrities and stuff.
Wow.
How many people on the panel here have been to Malibu, by the way? Just a quick straw poll. Anyone?
Me.
No.
I can tell you from personal experience, like I've done the California coast road trip twice in my life, gone through Malibu. It is one of my favorite was one of my favorite places in the world. It's so beautiful, like so incredible. And
Mhm.
like just hearing this, it's just like it's so tragic. Malibu used to be like a heaven on earth, and now it's like hell on earth.
look at that.
Well, have you guys seen the conspiracy about how everything that's blue is not burning? Like the trash cans, the umbrellas, the cars?
No, that was the same thing with the Hawaii fires.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're trying to say that they're connected.
The
I'm
Pull that
trying
conspiracy.
there's
picture
a
up
r
from the sky picture. Right there.
this
You're,
one?
Yeah,
it's
that
yeah,
one.
that's so wild, man.
Here's the thing, though. I think
Can you
conspiracy.
see it from lower Earth orbit, like space?
Yeah, no, that's from an airplane. Oh, from space, I don't know, but
I bet you could from space, though. That's a pretty big.
there's so people are kind of breaking into the neighborhoods where the fires are put out and trying to film it. Like Army Hammer was on one of those hoverboards and he did like just a story on his Instagram where he was just filming and like riding through just showing the devastation of these areas.
I wouldn't want to do that just from inhaling how bad that the
Do
air
you believe
quality.
that story? He was looking
That's
for
a good
people. He's
question
like,
from
he looked outside and he's like, barbecue.
Yeah,
Oh my god, yeah.
That's a
Well,
good
no,
question
no,
from
yeah.
Scorching Flames in the chat. Says, I wonder how this will affect people who probably have timeshares in those areas.
oh,
Will
good
they be
question.
able to get rid of them?
And the other thing, you got to think of this too, not to sound like a complete nefarious evildoer, but if you don't
Wow,
like
look at
your house,
that. Holy shit. Go back to that picture.
if you don't like your house and you see the fires around you, you might start your
Just
house
burn
on
your
fire
house.
yourself.
Oh, look, okay, it's here now.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's that you got to wonder about some people that are underwater on their house and they need to get out of it or stuff like that, causing more fires. I mean, I wouldn't put anything past
Well,
people.
that's the thing that our people are already bringing into question is how this has started in the first place and the people they've caught
Well,
starting other fires.
I don't think
and
it's that
stuff.
crazy. They don't clean the forests out there and get that
Well, I'm
shit
wondering
out.
if that's really what it is that started
Oh,
the
so
fire.
right here,
That
this is
doesn't that would like that them not doing that is like half of this
Oh, I
issue.
agree
well,
with
you
you,
guys
but
didn't
it's
hear
also a
about it,
good
but
cover.
It's so
last
stupid that they don't go in there and just rake all of those dead branches and leaves up. Like
Oh,
it's
you
so
could hurt
dumb.
the endangered
dead
animals and
trees.
stuff, Flash.
It's so
Don't you care
stupid.
about those animals?
You got to get rid of the dead trees that fall down and stuff as well because they just
well,
dry up.
tell our governor to do his job and stop
Yeah.
pocketing all the money. But so right
How
here,
many
since
hey,
you guys
Anna
haven't
and Smash
Mhm.
JT, how many of the people out there fighting the fire are actually prisoners?
Oh, I have
I
no idea.
don't know.
Did you
All I
know
know
that
is
a lot of the
I
forest
had no
fires
idea.
out in California are fought by prisoner firefighters?
That's crazy.
That's
No,
Yeah,
I
they're
didn't.
trained and
I
shit and have like they're certified firefighters and they bring them from the prisons to
And they're
fight a
used
lot
to
of this
wearing
I've
shit.
orange.
never heard that. One of our cousins is a fire chief, and he's actually at the fires right now, but he's from Northern California, so basically everyone in California got called in to come down to LA, but they can't do anything because there's no water. But so for those that haven't been to California, you don't know, we have the highway that goes along, it's called the PCH. So
Gary
this
was one
goes
of them.
along
Somebody in the chat saying.
this goes along the ocean. So there was a bunch of houses that were, like, on the ocean cliffs, and so this is one of them, like, this is a picture of it. So these are all, like, you know, gazillionaires that live in these houses, and
These
they all
houses
burn
are
down.
like when we say these houses cost like 45 to 60 million dollars, like
That's the low end of
that's
it.
the
Well,
low
look
end
at
of
it right there on that beach. Yeah, I believe that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some prime like ocean front property.
Like,
And those are the ones that are going to have the hardest times rebuilding.
Oh
and getting
yeah,
permits
Oh,
and
big
I
shit.
time.
guarantee you they're not even going to be able to rebuild because of all
Yep.
of the policies in California.
Yep, that's what they
I
were talking
wonder-
about
Let
yesterday.
me pull up
yep.
that Adam Carolla clip. I got it right here. So
There was,
he's in a hotel because of the wildfires, and he's because he has a podcast. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna cut this off, Anna.
Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
for the people that are in Ohio or Alabama or somewhere else, like hearing a house costing $65 million probably sounds like a joke to you, but it's like normal.
Whoops! I turned my camera off.
Oh yeah. Now we don't know what you look like still.
Oh, where is it? There we go.
Back when we had our massive fires here in Australia, there were some photos taken from space that were insane. So I'm sure if that happened here, you'd probably have photos of
Well,
this.
Ryan,
So-
remember that pier that we took you to when you were here?
Yeah.
The fires are all right there. So all those houses that you saw that were along the cliff, that park that we took you to, that we walked through, that's all
Yeah.
burning.
So this video is what I was talking about. So Adam Carolla believes that this is going to change a lot of people's minds politically once they start to realize what they're going to have to do, all the red tape that they're going to have to go through because of the regulations.
Guys who lost their $20 million homes on the ocean side of PCH will be knee deep in the permit process. They will be trying to pull permits when the guys in the Winnebagos will have been back for months before those guys ever get a permit. As a matter of fact, good luck, because here's the deal. Alan Hamill and Suzanne Summers moved because they could not get a permit to rebuild their home of 40 years on the ocean on PCH, right? So here's what's going to happen. Let me just give you guys a little primer of
Can I
what's
pause
going
this
to
real
happen.
quick and just
Yeah.
say something real quick?
Yep.
This is such a crazy disaster that I wouldn't be surprised if California reviews the permitting process and just does like a bypass to it, because it's like insane regulations for it. It's not, no one's gonna be able to build anything if it keeps the way it is with the people they have working there. But anyway, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I was wondering if they'll do that too, but I mean, I guess we'll see.
Oh, bye, Endymion.
Oh, and
Oh,
Demon,
you
you
are?
gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta
His
go. Sorry about
girlfriend
that.
says he's got to go.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not gonna confirm nor deny, but you know,
hey, I finally
know.
played some Marvel Rivals the other day, dude. That game is great.
yeah, let's play. Just let me know when
Yeah,
you
we
can.
need to play. I loved it. I played as Mr. Fantastic, dude. It was Merc and everybody.
Yeah, my mains lately have been Hulk and Captain America and Moon Knight. But yeah,
I also love that all these assholes are running around thinking that Mr. Fantastic ripped off Luffy.
we're so dumb.
He's been around since the 60s, you dumb.
I know. Yeah, but I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys next week, probably, most likely. But yeah, I gotta go.
Have a great
All right,
night,
brother.
man.
Bye.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Have a good night,
Thank you,
everybody.
man.
Later, man.
Have a good night, guys.
See you, buddy.
You too.
Night.
Bye bye.
You know how Bill Maher seems real conservative now when he's like arguing with Jane Fonda about regulations, too many regulations, like strangling everything? Because remember, when Bill Maher tried to put solar in his house in Beverly Hills, that's when he turned against the government, because he saw what the government and the overreach of government and overregulation does. He got strangled. It took him 3 years to build a solar shack. He had a whole countdown on his show, you know, day 1,000 since I've got my permit for my solar. He turned. Okay. The people who live in Malibu, who live in Santa Monica, who live in the Palisades, those are some of the most progressive blue voters
Yes.
in the well, in the world, or in the United States. They are a bastion of blue. So what those guys did is, all the people in the Palisades, I checked it out. It's about 80% blue, 80% progressive, 80% Democrat. Now, these pussies are all sitting around crying about Karen Bass, water pressure. How come the forest wasn't cleared of all the brush? What's happening with the infrastructure? You guys all voted for Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles. You all voted for Gavin Newsom. And now you fucking get what you get. Oh, now that your house is on fire, well, now you're thinking about something else. Now you want to know what's going on. What's going on around here? You didn't give a shit about what was going on when other people's houses were on fire, but now you care. So here's what's going to happen. All these people who were deep blue Democrats are now going to have to pull a permit to rebuild.
Yep.
And they're going to get the 28-year-old bitch from the Coastal Commission telling them to go off. And then they're going to vote for Trump or whoever's Trumpian next. You see, they're going to get
JD
turned.
Vance.
They're going to get turned hard because, as I've always said, live in the rent control apartment in Santa Monica, fine, good. We know how you vote. Go deal with the city. Try to pull a permit. These are going to be thousands of homes, super wealthy people, and these people don't want to live
one
in
thing, hold on,
Van
we'll
Nuys.
pause it real quick.
They
One thing he's forgetting here is the detail of these are super wealthy people, so they will be catered to. They always are.
Yeah.
Like he's skipping that little part.
Oh, I think he
Well,
actually addresses
was-
it here.
He also talked about Bill Maher, though. Bill Maher's rich.
True. Good point. Good
Yeah,
point.
And
that's
Yeah,
he
but
had to
there's
wait 1,000
people-
days to get his solar panels.
Yeah, but there's people that are far richer than Bill Maher that have far more pull.
Yeah, but
and
to that
they
point,
only it's
Money
honestly
only
all
goes-
about who you know.
yeah.
Bill Maher can juice wheels just as good as anybody. There's not that much of a difference between the super rich and that when you're getting past regulations.
I
and
think
stuff.
so. I think it has to do with who you know.
Do you think that this will cause Jimmy Kimmel to be friends with him again?
Oh yeah, they did Kimmel. Has that ever come out? What happened? So they don't talk anymore?
I
at
don't
all,
know.
or-
They never seen together ever, and it's like one went one direction, one went the other politically, and they've been
Yeah, Kimmel's crying about Trump on his show. Did you see that?
exactly.
It's like
Exactly.
tears running down his eyes over.
I wonder if this is going to change anything. Makes you wonder.
Yeah. How's Kimmel's house?
I don't know.
Get Adam Carolla on the show. Somebody says, "Shit."
Could you
I
imagine?
wish. Yeah, I would have him on here in a second.
Hell
Would he
yeah.
come on here though? You know,
I think
that's
he
the
would.
thing.
I have like his assistant's contact information because
Oh,
they
damn.
wanted me to review his show for the Daily Wire, but I don't know. He has got a different humor than what I like. So never
Wholesome
have-
I like
Frank,
Adam
man.
Carolla. I used to watch. I like that. Remember when he was with Dr. Drew and they did that Love Line
Loveline.
show
Yeah,
That was
on
great.
MTV? It was great.
That was really
Yeah.
great.
I used to listen to it on the radio before it was on MTV.
He was on Geeks and Gamers. Ryan said. I see. him.
Really?
Really?
Ryan
guess I
Vogel
missed
said he was
that.
on Geeks and Gamers.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I totally missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Well-
love to get him on here, even if he could only come on for like 10
hour?
minutes or like whatever.
I think he was on Chrissy's show too, right? Or she was on his show.
Yeah, but they're like comedians. That's right. Like
different.
so, yeah, they have like I'm sure lots of mutual friends.
They have a pact.
Yeah. I just found out about this thing, the Dabbleverse. You ever heard of this, Anna?
Yeah,
Anybody
yeah.
here? I guess
Mhm.
Chrissy's in that. The Dabbleverse.
No, so the whole thing about that was Chrissy had this guy on her show. I can't remember his name, but she was interviewing him and then she doesn't know much about him, which is part of the interview. She's trying to find out stuff about him. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you dabbled in stand-up comedy." And he got super offended and pissed off and was like, "I've been doing this for, decades. I don't just dabble." And so it's a
Well, a lot
joke
of it
now.
seems to revolve around that stuttering John guy. Do you
That's
guys
it. Yeah,
remember
yeah,
him?
yeah. Yes, that's
He's
why.
a piece of shit, by the way. Holy shit. I've been finding out all kinds of stuff on this, but I don't know how the hell this ended up in my algorithm, but it's like Stuttering John and then Opie and Anthony and all this shit. It's a whole rabbit hole. But anyway, I'll get into this.
They like it where they are. They love Malibu. They love the Palisades. They love Santa Monica. There's going to be a whole bunch of rich
Real
people.
quick, can you pause again? Sorry.
Yeah.
Just for people that don't know, Pacific Palisades is like a step up from Beverly Hills. Like people always hear about
Mhm.
Beverly Hills. Pacific Palisades is like where the really rich people live. It's like
Yep.
a really, really nice area. So I don't think there's a more expensive spot in California than Pacific Palisades. I really don't. So Anyway, carry on.
And they're going to go, I'm rebuilding, and I want to rebuild as fast as I can. And between the part where they go in to the planning commission and plan check and initially and try to pull a permit.
Okay, I got an answer here. Rocky in the chat. So, I say take it with a grain of salt because I don't know. This is Adam's still friends with Kimmel. He plays his club in Vegas, and Kimmel offered to let Adam stay with him. So that's okay. Well, that's good. I think it's good if they're still friends, but you wouldn't let the politics divide you on that. But
But they don't let each other be seen together publicly still.
well, what were they? Adam doesn't really do any Hollywood shit, so
That's true.
he has his podcast, and I think that's really it. What he does, comedy shows and his podcast.
That's true.
Time the first load of lumber, the first load of 2x4s is dropped off on their lot where their house formerly stood, it's going to be 3 years. And 1,000 permits and 1,000 arguments and 1,000 discussions with the Coastal Commission, not to mention little tidbits that they didn't think about, like Carson Daly.
Yeah, this is so. This is crazy. Talking about Carson Daly's pool, like this is bullshit. The regulations you guys have to go through.
I didn't hear
This
it.
is the thing. A lot of these.
He's going to get into it right now. Hold
a
on.
lot of
Hold on right now.
hang on. I was just going to say a lot of these places were probably built before all these regulations came in.
Exactly.
So rebuilding them is going to be a massive issue. Anyway, go on.
Swimming pool. Yep. Got to be double hulled. Really? Yeah. Well, why? Well, what if water leaches out and gets into the groundwater tank?
No shit, really?
Carson Daly had to build a swimming pool like a modern day oil tanker. Had to put like a double hulled. That's all right. It'll just cost $500,000 for a swimming pool. Like
that's insane. You have a pool, JT. Is that like before regulations? Or?
Yeah, the pool came with the house when we bought it. And
okay.
It is a great pool. It needs to be resurfaced, and it is expensive as hell to do that. So I'm kind of just been patching it myself. I don't know how long I can keep doing this for.
Pools are a money pit, dude.
They are money pits, but I would not
my
live
house
here without one.
My house came with one, and I got so sick of it, I destroyed it and took it out.
Oh, dude, it gets so dry and hot here because I live inland, like a half an hour away from the ocean here. And in the summer times, you get to be 95 degrees and 98 degrees, 102. Like you need a pool, like, and it's like every day. So
right?
it's like,
but how do those 100-degree days when you're sitting out there cleaning them?
It's worth it, barely, but it's worth it.
I hated that, man. It takes a long time to clean a pool.
It does, but if you
keep it up, going back and forth with those little vacuum things,
it's
there's plenty of people that you can hire to clean.
I tried. I couldn't get anybody to do it.
Well, where you live, I can understand that, but where me and JT live, it's pretty easy to find people that'll clean it for pretty cheap.
Oh no, I do it myself. I don't pay someone to do it because I keep it balanced, and it as long as you keep it balanced, and I use salt water instead of chlorine, it really does take care of itself as long as it's balanced. If you let it get out of whack, then it becomes a shit show.
CJ in the chat says, "Get a pool girl." Tried to hire somebody. I would have taken a pool boy too. Like I couldn't get anybody to come do it.
And I see someone said in the chat,
talking about, they're like, Anna's talking about Mexicans. 100%.
Techno said, "Get a pool robot."
I wish I could get a Mexican to come clean it.
I have two pool robots.
Awesome.
I have two pool robots right now. I have a vacuum going around the bottom, and I have a skimmer on the top robot that's solar powered. That's always
cool.
Going around. It's awesome.
You should start a Twitch channel and do pool streams and call it Splash JT.
I mean, you clearly don't watch my streams, Raging.
He gets in the pool all the time on his streams.
Oh, well, yes.
It's like a super chat goal, right?
I mean, yeah.
I've seen a couple.
Yeah, we've had some people that have donated $500 to me, and I've jumped in the pool on a stream for it. So that's happened.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Andrew in the chat. That's true, Andrew. Yeah.
That they're going to be, when they start getting the regulation,
Oh, he's right there.
Nuts.
He's actually here right now. Can you pause it? It's Laughing Man. He said I never did that. He's the one that donated the $500 to me to make me jump in. He's literally here.
Laughing Man. He's done. Laughing Man's a baller. He's donated 500 here before too.
Yeah.
Did you have to jump in a pool? Because if not, that's bullshit.
Hey,
No.
don't forget, it's $500 to get Flash's feet on X.
I would jump in if I had a pool. Shit, I'll go jump in the swamp for $500. Shit.
The bureaucracy and the red tape, they're going to start going nuts, and they're going to
Laughing
vote
Man's a
for Rick
baller.
Caruso next time because they want to get. That's all Trump says is we're going to pull back the regulations. We're going to free people up. They're going to find out. They're going to get bit by their own snake. They're going to convert. I am telling you, these are the bluest people on the planet, and they're going to be ripshit pissed when the city and the Coastal Commission tell them to off. And by the way, I don't think the Coastal Commission is going to okay anyone rebuilding any of their houses on the coast because they say they're in the business of protecting the coast. They're in the business of getting you to leave. They will get
this is the other part.
their wish, which is no buildings. And they're going to make it hard for everyone. And then we're going to have to restructure the whole thing because we can't have 9 angry lesbians controlling everything that goes on in Malibu, Palisades, and Santa Monica.
They put him there though.
Yep.
See, and that was what I was trying to say, Smash. Is like, yeah, he does address, like, it doesn't matter.
The
You got
problem
these
that I
people-
see
Right.
with what he's
Yeah.
saying there in regards to, like, you know, the blue people that are going to be like, this is bullshit and they'll convert, is like they're almost in this cult.
I think
There's
some
this cult,
will.
but some will 100%.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them, even
California,
now, you
by
watch,
the way,
you watch. Hang on, you watch these guys on, like, I don't know, some of these news shows, and you got that one guy sitting there trying to go, hang on a second, that doesn't like add up in regards to a race thing or whatever. And the amount of mental gymnastics that you have to go through when they give their explanation, I just feel like all they're going to do is, like, exactly sort of what Anna said before. They'll just blame Trump or something. Oh, this is Trump's fault. They'll keep their left-wing ideal things in place, even though they're the things that are stopping them.
I don't
from
know about that
rebuilding.
because I saw the numbers for the people that voted Trump in California, and it is surprisingly higher than I thought. It was like 40%.
Most of California is red. What happens is
The coastal
every-
cities.
every misfit
Yeah.
from, nowhere, Iowa moves to California. They move to San Francisco, they move to LA. And so, there's just so many people there that, vote a certain color, but the rest of the state
Indoctrinate
is
them.
red. Yeah.
I was really shocked by how close that number was. I did not. I
Was
was
it
like
really?
joking about California on Twitter
Because
about
I'll
something.
tell you, the last
It has
time,
like 40. It was like close, if not a little over 40%, dude.
the last time I voted out here for Trump was, what was that, 2020, right? And he lost, but California, well, hold on, he lost. But in California, when I did the mail-in ballot and I was mailing it in, I sent it in, I was great. And in the morning of the actual voting, they called it for California at like 9 a.m. And I'm like, the polling hasn't even opened yet. How can you call it for California? So
Mhm.
they were trying their best to discourage people from going out and voting
Yeah.
because they're like, it's already been decided. And I'm
Yep.
like, that's bullshit. Like, you can't
Yeah.
do that.
They were
Rhino,
trying to
this is
do
what
that in
we're-
2016. That's why you heard, oh, Hillary's got it in the bag. And
Look at that.
Hillary's
Well, also,
Hillary's
so
gonna win.
Reagan
That sucks. Look at that.
Reagan put out some bill that said, like, if you're not, basically all of the illegal immigrants, like, you can vote or something. I'm not completely familiar with it, but that's why California is
bullshit.
always one. I know it is complete bullshit, but yeah, Rhino, this is where we took you.
Mm.
And seeing how close
Is that
it is.
Santa Monica?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, Santa Monica Pier.
Insane.
That's,
Look at that.
real quick,
That's
too,
like
Yellow
war
Flash,
zone looking shit.
just to go real quick before we move on from the other topic we were talking about with the people that will be flipping because they're rich and they're pissed, is you have to consider something we haven't even talked about yet, which is the sunken cost fallacy. Many of these very elite people have been donating millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to the Democratic Party. So for them to just up and be like, you guys, I'm going to go to the other side. It's like, well, that's a lot of money you were giving to the Democratic Party for the past 3 decades that you're just changing your mind on that. So that's the other thing that's going to make it a lot tougher for some people to switch.
That little
Um,
Bambi was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I know. Well, there's some people, they abandoned their farms and stuff, and somebody found they forgot one of their horses. So people
Oh,
were
I
able to
saw
rescue
that.
them.
There's a bunch of horses running through town.
Yeah.
Man, dude.
There's
Let's
people
have
that
a,
are trapped in their homes that are dying.
let's switch it up a little bit. Share my screen, Flash. Rock JT.
I literally just spit my drink up my nose. Did you catch that?
I think he can pull that off.
Oh God, it's like
He's gonna get the fanny pack.
Yeah.
oh
The
God.
chain, the turtleneck.
I just swallowed my drink wrong.
And then
Oh
we
my
got
God,
Flash.
that caught me off guard.
Only
What?
Flash.
No!
Only Flash. It's leaked. What's happening? Gavin Newsom 2025.
Yes.
Here we go. When the fire starts. So it's the real game. The Waterboy 2.
Oh my God.
You know that Netflix is gonna make that movie for sure.